Imagine, for a moment, that you're a small child, born in the rural South. The world around you is filled with hardship. Hardship so deep it carves itself into the landscape and into the lives of every person you know. There are no silver spoons here, only the weight of struggle, the ache of hunger, and the sheer resilience found in those who have almost nothing, except their hope and their will. Now imagine that child is you. You're living in a one-room home with your grandmother, who does everything she can to give you safety, to offer you love, and to instill in you a sense of worth. Yet, the world keeps pulling at you, whispering that you're different, that you don't belong, that the odds are stacked too high. For so many, that would have been the end of the story. A footnote in someone else's life, a statistic, but not for Oprah Winfrey. Because greatness doesn't emerge from comfort. It's forged in the fires of adversity, in the moments when hope seems just out of reach, yet you dare to believe in something more. Let me take you back to 1954, in Kosciuszko, Mississippi. Oprah was born to a teenage single mother. From an early age, she faced unimaginable adversity: poverty, abuse, isolation. She wore potato sacks for dresses, and yet, even in those moments, she dreamed, she believed. In the face of every challenge, rather than accepting the role written for her by her circumstances, she started to write her own narrative. Let's pause there for a second. Think about your own challenges, your setbacks, the stories you may have told yourself about your limitations. We all have them. But what do we do with them? Are they weights holding us down, or are they stepping stones? For Oprah, it was the beginning of something extraordinary. As a little girl, sitting on the porch with her grandmother, she was captivated by the power of storytelling. How words could lift you out of a place, out of your life, and into the realm of imagination and possibility. She read whatever she could, learning, dreaming, and cultivating a vision for her future that was bigger than anything she could see in her immediate world. But life wasn't about to make it easy. When she moved to Milwaukee to live with her mother, she encountered new challenges, more trauma, more pain. There were moments when it seemed her spirit would buckle under the weight. For a while, it almost did. But inside her was a resilience, a spark that had been kindled in her by her grandmother's love, by the stories she read, and by the quiet voice that told her, "You were made for more." She found solace in books and in her own inner world. She won a scholarship to college, defying every expectation placed upon her, and got her first break in radio at just 17. Her talent, her voice, her authenticity, they set her apart in a world dominated by noise. She saw the pain in others because she knew pain herself. She felt compassion because her own heart had been broken and healed. And it was this empathy, this rare gift to authentically connect with anyone, anywhere, to transmit deep understanding between herself and the audience, that became her superpower. When Oprah was given the opportunity to host a low-rated Chicago morning show, she said she felt like she found home. Here was a platform, a stage, but more than that, a mission. She didn't simply interview guests. She listened, leaned in, and delivered the raw honesty of someone who had nothing and who had, little by little, built a life. She wasn't just a presenter, she was a mirror to the human experience. And soon the world took notice. When the Oprah Winfrey Show debuted nationally in 1986, it changed the landscape of television forever. Not just for her dazzling presence, her intelligence, or her relentless curiosity, but for the compassion she brought into millions of living rooms. She tackled issues others wouldn't dare, lifting taboo from conversation, giving a voice to people who felt invisible. But here's what I want you to hear. Oprah's journey to billionaire status wasn't just about financial wealth. Wealth, as I always say, is not just about what's in your bank account. It's about the quality of your experience. It's about contribution, about growth, about how you touch lives. Oprah knew this instinctively. With every episode, she wasn't just building ratings. She was building a legacy of upliftment. She showed us our wounds. She treated them with empathy. And she then pointed us toward hope, toward solutions, toward healing. You see, success leaves clues, and Oprah's journey is overflowing with them. What can you learn from her? First, no matter where you begin, the conditions of your birth do not determine the height of your possibility. Those early years, so filled with difficulty, gave her a compassion and a hunger that would set her apart. Second, your pain, your setbacks, they can become the very fuel for your purpose if you let them. Oprah channeled her suffering into empathy, her doubts into determination, her setbacks into wisdom. And third, authenticity conquers all. Oprah's refusal to wear a mask, to be anybody but her deepest and truest self, is what allowed her to break through in a world that kept trying to put her in a box. But let's dig deeper. The leap from talk show host to billionaire is immense. How did she do it? The truth is, Oprah made bold choices. She advocated for ownership when it was almost unheard of. She negotiated the right not just to appear on the Oprah Winfrey Show, but to produce it, acquiring greater control, greater creative input, and a share of the profits. She launched Harpo Productions, Oprah spelled backwards, to create her own destiny. That's not just business savvy, that's vision and courage in action. Oprah became a media mogul because she realized that the greatest investment was investing in herself. She wasn't content to work for someone else's dream. She built her own, layer by layer, brick by brick, transcending the conventional path and forging a new one. And you know what? She failed along the way. Not every project was a success, but every so-called failure became a lesson, a stepping stone, a pivot towards something greater. She understood that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the path. Through all of it, wealth, influence, criticism, and adulation, Oprah never lost her compass. The desire to serve, to elevate, and to empower. She created Oprah's Book Club, launching countless authors' careers, touching millions of readers. She established the Angel Network, donating millions to education and to communities in need. She built a school for girls in South Africa because she never forgot what it felt like to be a little girl with big dreams and far too few resources. And each time she reached a pinnacle, she asked herself, how can I use this moment to do good? How can I amplify the voices that haven't yet been heard? We look at her and it's easy to get caught up in the fairy tale, the transformation from poverty to power, from orphan to billionaire. But the real magic is not in the dollars. It's in the impact. It's in the courage. It's in the example she sets, that you can start with nothing and create a life of meaning, of service, and of abundance. Here's what Oprah teaches us. You are not your circumstances. You are not your pain. You are not the voice of naysayers or the doubts of others. You are the author of your story. You have within you the same power, the power to rise, to create, to serve, to change the world, even if all you have are dreams and determination. And now, I want to invite you to consider your own journey. What is your story? What pain in your life have you yet to turn into purpose? What gifts are you hiding, waiting for the world to discover? Because your story isn't over. Whatever your beginnings, whether you faced poverty, heartbreak, discrimination, or loss, there is strength in the struggle. There is wisdom in the wounds. And yes, there is the spark of greatness in every one of us, if we're courageous enough to trust it, nurture it, and act on it. The question is never, was my past too hard? The question is, what will I do with it? Oprah's journey is filled with inflection points, moments when she could have quit, moments where doubt nearly won. But every single time, she chose love over fear, growth over safety, and service over self-doubt. What would happen if you did the same? I want you to imagine the landscape of your life. Imagine taking your broken pieces, your disappointments, your deepest challenges, and choosing right now to believe that they are not blocks but building stones. Imagine you standing at a crossroads and asking yourself, what story am I willing to live? What legacy am I ready to write? Not tomorrow, not someday, but today. Because the truth is, change never happens in the future. It happens in the decisions we make right now. It happens the moment we say, despite where I've come from, I'm going to dream bigger. I'm going to take action. I'm going to live as the most authentic and inspired version of myself. Look at what Oprah has done, and realize that is a blueprint available to all of us. In the face of rejection, keep going. In the presence of pain, choose healing. When confronted by limitation, see it as a challenge to innovate. Oprah once said, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." This is not just a catchy phrase, it's a call to action. Think about the trials in your own life. What have they taught you? How can you use those lessons not only to reshape your path, but to uplift others as you go? That's how legacies are built. That's how real wealth is created. Not just money, but meaning, fulfillment, contribution, love. Think about what drives you. What is your mission? Who are you here to serve? The more you align with authenticity and purpose, the more your gifts multiply, the more doors open, the more the world conspires to help you. Just as it did for Oprah. Have the courage to speak your truth. Have the audacity to dream beyond your circumstances. And have the determination to act, every single day, on behalf of your highest vision, even when nobody else can see it yet. This is what Oprah did. This is what every leader, every change maker, every person who leaves a legacy has done. The journey from orphan to billionaire, from rejection to recognition, from pain to purpose, is not reserved for the chosen few. It's available to everyone willing to embrace it. So what will be your story? Will you allow the world to write your destiny? Or will you choose, with intention, to author the next brilliant chapter? As you reflect on Oprah's journey, remember, every moment of hardship is matched by the opportunity for transformation. Every setback contains the seed of an even greater comeback. Your power is not found in the fortune you amass, or even in the titles you acquire. It's in your ability to transform your trials into triumphs, to create meaning from adversity, to inspire and elevate others as you rise. That is the real path from orphan to billionaire, from limitation to limitless possibility. Oprah Winfrey's story is proof, but so is yours, if you'll be brave enough to live it. Keep growing, keep serving, and remember, the dream you hold today may just be the spark that ignites the transformation of millions tomorrow. You are capable, you are worthy, and your greatest chapter is yet to come. Now go out there and write it. If this story moved you, if Oprah Winfrey's journey from darkness to light touched your heart, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Each click is more than support. It's a way to spread stories of hope to those who need a reason to believe in themselves again. Together, let's shine a light on great journeys that begin with the smallest steps.